choose Queen Mary, it kind of chose me.
I've always wanted to do English because it's my passion.
I wouldn't come to uni unless I could study English.
I was the first person from my family to go to university. I overcame any obstacles that I was worried about just by time management.
The actual atmosphere of the uni is just a nice place to be at.
Everybody is in the same boat in your first year.
I want to write. I don't know if that's in newspapers or magazines. Probably something digital.
I want to go into journalism.
I've been able to voice my opinions, actually develop ideas.
I had interviews Warwick, Bath, everywhere, but for me nothing compared to Queen Mary.
My brain's just on fire from all the conversation.
When I had my interview I was really nervous, but it was just a normal conversation and I didn't feel intimidated and it put my mind at rest, so I would recommend Queen Mary for anyone.
People create stories, creates people, or rather stories create people, create stories. Was it stories first and then people, or the other way around? Achebe really gets into why literature is important, how it can really shape the psyche of a nation or a group of people, of communities, how it can be a placeholder for tradition but also a tool for progression.
When I told my parents that I wanted to study English at uni, they were a bit surprised because they thought I would go down the science route.
My family were extremely supportive about me doing English.
I always enjoyed reading, I like history, I've always been politically engaged, so they kind of came on board.
They were really happy that I was doing it, mainly because they saw how happy I was.
I love the range of modules on offer.
Some lecturers are great with maybe expressing complex ideas.
You kind of interpret a text from a feminist angle, from a post-colonial angle, from a Marxist angle.
Some lecturers are good to just talk to and help you out when you're struggling with something.
You kind of look at a text from multiple perspectives in order to come up with a reading and interpretation.
So what impression of Senegal emerges?
It's a place that is very historically grounded. She's writing about the time in which she lives now.
You can't separate the religion and the culture. It's quite difficult, and reading it as an outsider.
The story of this man who had killed a messenger and hanged himself would make interesting reading.
I want to apologise to all the women I have called pretty before I've called them intelligent or brave. I'm sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you're born with is the most you have to be proud of when your spirit has crushed mountains.
The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself.
His limbs were in proportion, and I had selected his features as beautiful. Beautiful, great God. His yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries beneath.
I really learned how to be disciplined in knowing when to read, knowing how to read, and being able to sit down and come up with an intellectual idea and back it up with a lot of evidence, which helps me a lot now that I practice law.
Not to challenge the rules of narrative was to be coerced into assimilation. I would be forced to write in the voice of an imagined member of the ruling class. I saw the struggle as towards a self-contained world. This meant I had to work my way through language, find a way of making it my own. James Kelman is one of the authors who massively influenced my work, and I would recommend reading it. He's very angry and Scottish and brilliant, and I love it. We're at the Library Square. This is a great hangout place. Loads of people congregate here after seminar just to catch up with friends. It's a great meeting place.
Life on campus is what you want it to be.
Campus life is really, really fun, and it's one of the reasons why I decided to study at Queen Mary, because it's a London university but it's still campus based.
I do like to visit bookshops and different libraries. Beyond that, the museums.
It really doesn't matter if you decide to live on campus or if you're commuting. If you want to be involved and you make time for that, you'll be fine.